So we spend about $15 million every single month on ads for our clients, and ever since the last GPT update, I get asked the same question every single day. How do we do the same thing with AI generated videos? How do we turn videos that we generate with AI into winning ads? So in this video, I'll show you how to do that, how we do that at 99 Ads, the exact workflow, the exact platforms we use, and also I will focus exclusively on hooks. I will make sure by the end of this video you understand how to generate AI videos that you can turn into winning hooks for your ads. So without further ado, let's dive in. Here's my computer. This is GPT, and the platform we use to create our AI generated videos is Pika. So Pika.art, this is the platform that we use. And there are a few things that we need to understand when it comes to AI generated videos. The first thing is that you don't need a 30-second scene. You don't need a 1-minute scene. You need 2 seconds. You need 3 seconds. You need maximum 4 seconds of a AI generated scene. You don't need anything more complicated than that. The longer the scene, the harder it is for the scene to be credible. Now, why is this important? Because we want people to buy our products. And if we want people to relate with a specific situation, you can't make it a cartoon. You cannot have a cartoonish situation explaining how your audience is feeling, how your audience experiencing all their problems every single day. It just doesn't work that way. Whatever content you produce with AI has to be credible. Now, with that being said, there's one more caveat. As good as the AI content is when it comes to ads, the most important part, and this is something that I would love to hammer on this video, is that AI is faster, cheaper, and simpler than shooting videos. And what happens right now in the industry is that people are shooting content, so are paying actors, setting up locations, setting up shooting days to shoot content that's not validated. And that's a waste of time. That's a waste of money. That's not how you want to think about it. The way I want you to think about it is, let me validate what are the best briefs, what are the best scenes that my content library needs for my brand, and then I'll go to shoot that content. I'll go to shoot it once it's already been validated. And this is the game-changing opportunity that we get with AI-generated videos. And this is very important, and I want you to keep it in mind. Now, with that being said, in order for us to go through this video, we need a product. And this is the one I picked for this video. So it's lemilive.com, and this specific product is a Lemme GLP-1 daily support capsule. So weight management, support and weight management pills. So before hitting rec, I also put together all these situations that can be used as hooks that can be interesting for our audience. And we simply use the EPIC framework. The EPIC framework is explained on our GBP method. This is our entire method, basically how we create ads at 99 Ads. And if you want to get access to it for free, along with our 25-hour course, simply head over to school.com/ad creatives. Here's the community, and here's the 25-hour plus course. This is just gold. So by default, your ROAS is going to go up. Head over here, get access to this. You're going to love it. This is a course that took me probably 1 year to put together and 10 years of experience. So you're going to love it. With that being said, we have the product. We have the angles. Now, what we want to do is head over to GPT and tell him something like, we are promoting this product. We put together the top 10 most painful situations that our target audience goes through every single day. It has to be painfully relatable. Build your situations around this angle. So we get back here. By the way, I'll be also putting this entire table on our school community. So one more reason for you to hop on the school train. But this is what we want to do. And this is how we get like those ideas that then we turn into videos. And I'll show you how to do it. Use where this is the last chip. Then you reach for more without thinking. You open the fridge just to look, even when you just ate. You promise to eat clean tomorrow as you unwrap the chocolate bar. You eat while scrolling and suddenly half the bag is gone. You snack to feel better but end up feeling worse. These are amazing angles. These are amazing situations that we can use. And the goal is for our audience to feel like this brand understands exactly what I'm going through. This brand understands exactly my problem. So for sure, they put in the time to understand what is the right formula for me, what are the right benefits for me, and so on. So let's say we want to focus on, let's start with this one. And what we want to do is ask GPT to turn this situation into an image. Very important. Aspect ratio 9:16. Important, no text in the image. Let's go. Now, what is the problem with text is that when we animate text, it simply gets messy. And that happens with ChatGPT also for static images. I'm pretty sure ever since the last update, you used GPT to create ads and include text. The text tends to be messy. So what I recommend personally is to simply create images and videos without text and then add the video in post-production. What would take your graphic designer 10 hours now takes 30 minutes. So in my book, in my math, that's a pretty good deal. So let's see how it's creating this image. We'll probably speed up the rest of the process. All right, this is pretty good if you ask me. And what you want to do is head over to Pika, since we have to upload it again, my bad. And we want to keep it as precise as possible, and we want to head over to settings and select Instagram story as aspect ratio. Now, after we click on apply, we need a prompt, and the prompt is the most important part. First, again, we want it to be very precise, so we want it to stay consistent and close to the initial input. But we also need a prompt to make sure that the platform stays as close as possible to the input, but also adds some sort of animation that makes sense. That animation cannot be anything crazy. It has to be very slight, but we have to guide it in order to give us the best output. Now, how do we do that? What we like to do is just copy paste this prompt, which you will find on our school community. Again, school.com/add-creatives. And this is it. Give me 10 animations prompts for Pika.art based on this still image. We added the recommended prompt structure that Pika uses on the website. The animation must be super minimal and subtle. Things like breathing, blinking, tiny hand movement, light flickering, etc. The goal is to enhance realism without losing credibility to a pain-aware, emotionally tuned audience. Final output must feel like the original photo came alive, not like AI generated something new. The composition, lighting, emotion, and style must remain 100% consistent with the original image. All prompts should be for a 9:16 vertical aspect ratio. Let's see what it gives us. This is already very good. Again, we don't want anything crazy. We want it as simple as possible, but we want to make sure that we are not starting our winning video ads with a static image, which obviously would be a problem. Now, let's see what options we got. Woman subtly blinking with faint breath, rise and fall. Dimly lit living room, sofa at dusk. Woman's fingers gently twitching inside chip bag, barely noticeable. Eyes blink slowly once, then focus on chip. with a tiny site. Let's check out this one. This is Airways, Unseen Breeze, almost imperceptible. Let's see this one. Let's see what happens. Let's double check the settings, Instagram stories, apply. Let's see. It usually takes about 30 seconds, more or less. So we'll just speed up the process and I'll see you at the end. All right, let's see. Let's see what it gave us. Pretty good. This is pretty good. This is very credible. This is very credible. Again, this is 5 seconds. We don't need 5 seconds. 2 seconds would be enough. 3 seconds would be enough. And this is all good material that we're adding to our branded content library. Now, let's see what else we can do with this prompt. Let's test this one and see what happens. But I'm sure you can already understand how this works. In 30 seconds, we literally built a scene that we can use and we can test out without needing the product. This is obviously a pain-driven situation. We can call it that way, problem-driven situation. So this is basically where we are hammering, we're agitating the problem of our audience. In the right person, the person who's waking up at night and eating chips and constantly overeating and binge eating, knows how painful this situation feels. And this is exactly the goal we're trying to achieve with this hook. Because when they see the hook and they see their specific situation, something that happened in the last 12 hours, they will stop by it and like, this looks like me. Let me see more. Again, let's give it 30 seconds and I'll be back. All right, output number 2. Let's see what's up. This looks, especially in the initial part, a little more abstract, but still very relatable and definitely usable. I mean, if you don't know AI, you don't understand AI, you don't use it every single day, this is good. This is pretty damn solid. Now, these are all scenes without a product. These are problem-driven scenes. These are great to test out. Doesn't matter what's your product. You can find a bunch of these painful situations straight from ChatGPT. Now, one thing that we can test out, which I haven't, but we can definitely do it, is include the product we picked for this video, again, this one, and create an image with that product. Let me see again. You open the fridge just to look, even if you just ate, you promised it clean tomorrow, as you unwrap a chocolate bar. Or we can also do take this person, and this is a little more complicated, but we can try. Take this person and get her to grab this bottle of pills in her hands with enthusiastic. It's maybe enthusiastic. It's probably easier. Again, no text. In aspect ratio 9:16. This is something that we could do on Pika as well, because Pika has the ingredients, basically where you can add the person and the product. So it's something that we could produce potentially on Pika as well. But let's start from GPT and let's see what happens. Now, what I expect is that this product is very text heavy, so there's going to be some fuck up on the text. But basically, it's just like when you create static ads with ChatGPT. What you're going to do is simply you take the image and then you fix the text in post-production, and then you can animate it. Again, if the animation is very precise and very minimal, then it works, and then it's credible, which is, again, what we're going for. In this case, this specific scene, I doubt it's something that you don't have of your brand with somebody holding the pills. But then at the same time, you kind of want to have the same person go through a journey where first they have a problem, then this problem gets agitated, and then they find a solution. There are several ways to use the same avatar, but let's see what it comes up with now, and then we talk about the animation. Okay, this kind of works. The product is similar. It's missing, it's missing the label, which is something that we can add later on. So that's not too much of a problem. You can ask your graphic designer to add it. So that's very doable, and it shouldn't be a problem. One thing we could do potentially is avoid the bottle and just focus on the pill, which is easier to represent. But without now working on the label, let's ask GPT to give us the Pika prompts for this specific scene and see how it can animate it in a subtle way. In the meantime, I'll just download this as well, so we have it ready. Cool. Let's hit this one. And we drop the image right here. Didn't pick it. There we go. Let's see what happens. Cool. So let's see. From the get-go, it seems a little too animated, but let's see. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's pretty good. Again, we don't need the full 5 seconds. We need just a couple of seconds. This is pretty solid. The product is not visible too much, which in this case might not be a problem, especially if we want the person to simply represent a happy client. But this is pretty good. Then obviously, I mean, in this case, we have policies, we have like several things that we need to keep in mind when it comes to AI content with a specific product. But still, here there's no product. And this is the problem scene that we literally created in 30 seconds without shootings, without hiring actors, without setting up locations, without scheduling shootings, without anything, which is pretty insane. Obviously, keep in mind, this is not the end ad. These are just scenes that you can use as hooks, or you can use as B-roll to represent a specific feature or benefit or anything of your product and your goals. So this is absolutely mind-boggling, and this is something that we've been using for a very long while. It's something that most of the 7, 8, 9-figure brands are using every single day, and you're simply missing out on it if you're not using it. So without adding anything else, please let me know in the comment section if you like this type of content. Hit the subscribe button, the like button if you liked it, and I have a few more that are coming up that I'm sure you're gonna love. So again, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.